Hello, so we are going to start with Standard 9, Science 1 chapter, that is Reflection of Light. Okay, in the previous lecture we have studied what is reflection, and the best example of reflection is a plane mirror, and what are the criteria of plane mirror. Then we studied two types of spherical mirror. What were they? Two types of spherical mirror. They were concave mirror and convex mirror. What were they? Concave mirror and convex mirror. In concave, the inner portion is the reflecting surface, and in convex, the outer portion is a reflecting surface. Okay. Then we studied terms related to spherical mirror. Okay, terms related to spherical mirror. And what were they? It was pole, it was center of curvature, it was radius of curvature, then there was principal axis, then there was principal focus, and what? Focal length. Okay. Pole was the center of the arc or the concave mirror or the convex mirror. C was the center of curvature through which we can draw the whole circle. R was the radius of that circle. Principal axis is an axis which passes through pole and the center of curvature. Principal focus is a point which is the midpoint of pole and the radius of center of curvature. Focal length was the distance between the pole and the focal point, principal focus. This was our small f, that is focal length. Okay. Then we studied three rules of drawing a ray diagram. Okay. What was that? When incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray will pass through. And what was rule 2? It was when incident ray passes through focus, reflected ray will be parallel to the principal axis. And the rule 3 says that when incident ray passes through center of curvature, the reflected ray will trace the same path and also it will pass through center of curvature. And using that 3 rules, we have learned how to draw the ray diagram. When the position of the object will be given, then you can easily, by using rules of drawing ray diagram, you can find the position of the image. Also you can find the nature of the image and whether it is real, virtual, and magnified or it is diminished. Okay. So let us now begin with another topic, that is what is a concave mirror? What is the use and how the concave mirror helps? Now see, this is a concave mirror. Okay. The inner portion will be the reflecting surface. So now if I draw the innumerable incident rays, okay, like this, okay, all of them will reflect back and will come to a one single point. Okay, all the incident ray which strikes the concave mirror will come to a one single point. Okay, these were all the incident ray, and the rays which are coming back are what? Reflected ray. So they are coming to a one single point. So that's why concave mirror is also known as converging mirror. What it is known as? Converging mirror, because all the incident ray are coming at one single point, converges at one point. Okay, that's why a concave mirror is also known as what? Converging mirror. Why? Because all the incident ray after striking to the mirror, the reflected ray will come at one single point. and it converged at one single point. Whether the incident ray coming like this, whatever. But if all the incident rays are parallel, the reflected ray will converge to one single point, and that's why concave mirror is also known as a converging mirror. Okay, and because of this, the uses of concave mirror are what? It is used in a barber shop to see at one particular point on a person's face. Also, dentists use this kind of mirror to converge the light on a one particular place in the mouth. Then it is also used in the solar instruments, where we need to focus all the rays of the sun at one single point. Okay, so in that, what is used? Concave mirror is used as a converging mirror. It collects all the incident ray and the reflected ray are at one single point. So सबका जो है intensity will come on this one single point, and that's why this is known as a converging mirror. What will be a convex mirror then? Convex mirror will be nothing but diverging mirror. See, this is my convex. The outer part will be the reflected part. So, incident rays coming like this. And what will happen? They will converge together at one point, and from that the reflected ray will divert like this. Okay? So it will divert more than the incident ray, which were parallel. Okay, these were my incident ray. What happens in convex mirror? The incident ray comes back of the mirror. Okay, back side of the mirror it will come. It will converge, and then it will throw the reflected ray. And that all reflected ray will will be spread like this, and that's why they are known as what? Diverging. It will be diverging from one single point, and that's why convex mirror is also known as what? Diverging mirror. What it is known as? Diverging mirror. Okay. What will happen? Incident ray will come. It will be what? Converging at one single point, and from that all the reflected ray will fall down, and that's why it is known as what? Diverging, because they are moving apart. Okay, so that's why it is known as what? Diverging mirror. Concave mirror was a converging mirror, and convex mirror is a diverging mirror. So what will be its use? You have seen in the vehicles you have a side mirror. In that it is written what? Objects in the mirror appear to be closer than they are actually. So convex mirror tries to take the image of very far distances also. मतलब बहुत दूर रहेंगे तो बहुत सारी जगह का वो एक साथ में image it can form, because a reflected ray will diverge na everywhere, so it can collect more images in a one single small mirror. So it is used in the side mirror of vehicles, also in big buildings like towers and all. If you can't see the parking lot where to park the car, you cannot see the कहाँ पर जगह है, where is a vacant place to park the car, then there in the entrance only they put a very large convex mirror, so that you can see from the gate itself that where is the vacant place and where I can park my car. So there is a big convex mirror placed in front of it, so that you can see your position and park your car. Okay, so this is how the two mirrors have the applications, okay, because of their converging and diverging part. Okay, now moving on to the next part in this chapter, we have what? Cartesian sign convention. What we have? Cartesian sign convention of the two spherical mirrors. Okay, so let us take one concave mirror. Okay, I am drawing one concave mirror. What will be this? This will be my principal axis. As usual, you all know. Okay, this is my pole, that is capital P, I am not writing it. Center of curvature, principal focus. Okay, clear? Now what are we going to do in Cartesian sign convention? Graph you have all seen. This is what y-axis, this is x-axis. Okay, in Cartesian sign convention, what we have two axes, that is x and y. So here we are going to take x-axis as principal axis. What we are going to take? X-axis as our principal axis. Okay, so this becomes my what? X-axis. And y-axis will be perpendicular to x-axis exactly at point P. Okay, and this will become my y-axis. Okay, so in mirror what we do? The principal axis is taken as our x-axis and perpendicular drawn to the x-axis at point P, that is our pole, is what becomes our y-axis. Now always, while drawing the ray diagram you have seen, we always place the object on the what? Right hand side, left hand side. So object will be always on the left hand side, that is LHS. Okay, and what will happen? It will always be above the x-axis, okay, or principal axis. It will also be above. You will not put object below like this. Okay, it will always be above. It will always be on the left hand side. Okay, so after this point P, in the left hand side, all the things will be what? Negative. Okay, and here it will be what? Positive. As you know, in the Cartesian sign convention, here it is positive x-axis and this is negative. Same here, on the left hand side of the pole, everything you take will be negative, and on the right hand side, everything which you take will be our positive. Okay, same for the y-axis. This was our positive y-axis and this becomes a negative y-axis. So everything placed on the left hand side will be what? Negative. On the right hand side it will be positive. Above the principal axis, okay, above the x-axis or principal axis will be positive, and below the x-axis it will be negative. Okay, clear? So firstly what we did, the principal axis we took as our x-axis. We drew y-axis perpendicular to the x-axis at point P. Everything on the left hand side of the P is negative, and everything on the right side of the P is positive. Above also it is what? It will be positive, and below it will be negative. Okay, object will be always placed left hand side to the mirror and above the x-axis. Okay, so in concave mirror, your focal length, this is my reflecting surface now. In concave mirror you can see, so my focal length will always come in which side? Left hand side. And what is left hand side? Always negative. So in concave mirror, focal length is always going to be negative. Okay, focal length will always be negative in concave mirror. Whereas in convex mirror, focal length will always be what? Positive. Why? Because now this will be my reflecting surface. Focal length यहाँ पे आएगा. So it is what? On the left hand side, right hand side of the pole. Okay, so that's why it will always be what? Positive. And concave mirror focal length always will be negative. Keep this in your mind. While solving the numericals, if it is mentioned that in concave mirror focal length is 15 centimeter, so without any thought you have to put f is equals to minus 15 only. Okay, they will not mention there that f is minus 15. You should know, if the mirror is a concave mirror, you will write in your data the focal length as negative only. And if it is a convex mirror, you should know that your focal length will always be positive. Okay, so this is very important while solving the sums. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now moving on to the next and an important part is a mirror formula. Okay, what is a mirror formula? 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is 1 upon f. Okay, simple. What it is? 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equals to 1 upon f. Now what is v here? V is nothing but what? Distance, or you can say height of the object. What it is? Distance or the height of the image, sorry. Okay, and u is distance or height of the object. And small f, you all know it is what? Focal length. What it is? Focal length. Now how you will measure v and u? I told you with the, suppose I place my object like this. This is my concave mirror. Okay. Either you can find the height, maybe it is 2 centimeter, that you can use as u, or you can find the distance of this object from pole. Okay. That also we can use it as the u. Okay. So distance of object from this is known as what? Object distance. Or else if distance is not there, we can also take u as the height of the object. An image wherever it is formed, like this, suppose this is my image form. So also it is the distance from the pole. Okay, and that will be my what? Small v, distance of the image from this point pole. And also if the distance is not given, you can also take the height of the image, and that is nothing but v. And focal length, so it is always given, or this is your focal length, this is my center of curvature, this is my principal focus. So this particular length will be my focal length. And what does the mirror formula says? 1 upon image distance plus 1 upon object distance is equals to 1 upon focal length. Okay, what it is? 1 upon image distance plus 1 upon object distance is equals to 1 upon focal length. Okay, so this is my mirror formula. Very, very important while solving the sums. So in this particular formula, you need to keep in mind whether your image is forming on the left hand side, whether it is forming on the right hand side. Object distance will always be positive, as we have studied in this partition sign convention, that object you always have to place on the right hand side, left hand side. So it is always going to be negative. Okay, but image, whether it is coming negative, whether it is coming positive, they will give you in the question whether the image is forming on the same side of the object or on the opposite side. So you know, if the image is forming on the left hand side, it will be negative, and if it is forming on the right hand side, it will be positive. And focal length, if it is a concave mirror, it will be negative, and if it is a convex mirror, it will be positive. Okay, so this is how the mirror formula works. 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equals to 1 upon f. Now there is one more formula, that is magnification. What it is? Magnification. To check whether the image form is a magnified or a diminished. Okay, वो object से बड़ा हुआ है या छोटा हुआ है, that is called as a magnification. Okay, if magnification is a whole number, that means the image has been magnified, and if it is in the decimal or in the fraction form, that means the image form will be a diminished image. Okay, so mirror magnification is nothing but v upon u, that is what? Distance of the object upon distance of the image, or else it can be height of the image upon height of the object. Okay, both can be used for the magnification formula. Distance of the object upon distance of the image upon distance of the object, or height of the image upon height of the object. Okay, so that is called as what? Magnification. If suppose my height of the image is 2 and the object which I placed was 4, so answer comes out to be half. So now the image form is what? Half the height of the object. What it is? Half the height of the object. For example, if it is suppose 6 and this is 3, okay, the height of the image is 6 and height of the object was 3. So answer comes out to be 2. Now the image has been magnified. Okay, it will be twice the length of the object. Okay, this is how magnification formula works. It is image distance upon object distance, or it is height of the image upon height of the object. Okay, so in this chapter what we have studied? We have studied reflection. What is reflection? Best example is a plane mirror, but we are not going to study about plane mirror. We studied about the spherical mirrors. What were they? Concave and convex. We all know concave is a converging mirror, convex is a diverging mirror. Concave mirror have a negative focal length, convex mirror have a positive focal length. Okay, we studied the uses of both of them. We studied the rules for drawing the ray diagram, and we studied how to draw a ray diagram. Then terms related to the spherical mirrors, sign convention we studied, and we studied two formulas, that is mirror formula and magnification. And this is all about reflection of light. Okay, hope you have all understood this chapter very well. And further, we will study the reflection of light in standard 9, in which we are going to study about lenses and not mirror. Okay, so there will be lens formula, magnification of lens, terms used in lens and all. Okay, so in 10th standard you are going to study about lenses. In 9th you have studied about the spherical mirrors.